protect your soul.
gazing far into the night. I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through. It's true, baby, let the light shine through. If you believe it's true, baby, won't you let the light shine through for you, 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 let the light shine through. Eyes in the sky, gazing far into the night. I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through. It's true, baby, let the light shine through. If you believe it's true, baby, won't you let the light shine through for you, for you, for you, for you, for you, for
I'm an idiot and I forgot to unmute myself. I'm really good at this. Hi. Let's try that again. Hello, everyone. Good morning to those of you in a relative morning time zone, such as myself. And thank you, Miri, for first and the stretch and the hydrate. I have done the things. I'm very smart. I am a smart human. I was wondering why you didn't say anything. It's because I was muted this whole time. It happens too often to me. I'm gonna be like completely honest. It happens too much. Yeah, there's quite a few friend requests that have now been sent out. All right. "8 years ago, summer 1086. Residential district, the nomadic city of Kazdel. Remember the promise we made at the beginning of the lesson? Good. Keep your voice low when answering, and don't tell anyone about the classes. Ray Tonka has been teaching you about our history for the past few months. As for myself, I've been struggling to decide what to teach you in our latest lesson. Mathematics, language, agriculture, weapons making? What I've come to realize is that whatever I teach you won't truly change our lives. We've lived silently in despair for too long. The war 18 years ago never ended. The ghosts of Lithenian's fleet continue to haunt those who experienced that war. Many died in despair, drowned in the fear of war and being consumed by the black rocks that grew from their bodies. But our instincts drove us to seek a way to overcome despair. Some declared war on despair, on the outsiders who oppressed us, but they all fell short in the face of cruel reality. Came to see the contracts. I've never seen a more motivated mercenary than you. Are you trying to buy a mansion in Colombia or something? One should feel lucky just to be alive for so long. In that sense, I suppose your name is well deserved. I heard a bunch of jobs came in recently. Anything good? Thank you for lurking, Miri. I appreciate it. There are eyes on and in the city now. Things don't turn out too well for the last few who took these jobs. Things didn't turn out too well for the last few who took these jobs. It's Babel stuff. Are you sure you want to be part of that mess? Yeah, I trust my luck. Have it your way. There's a teacher in town who's been saying good things about Babel's outsiders. Someone's willing to pay to shut him up for good. Will do. I look forward to your surprises. Hope your luck doesn't run out today. The nomadic city of Kazdel. It has been a while since Good Luck came back. The city has changed a lot. People come and go. He's familiar with the words Babel and military commission. There are always people fighting over things that he does not understand. He does not understand why the Sarkids feel the need to fight one another. He takes out the photo of the target. A mild-mannered young man. The triangular marking on his sleeve seems familiar. A teacher spreading praise about Babel's outsiders, including opposition against the military commission. Or inciting opposition against the military commission. Sorry your luck just ran out today. Should be around here. Wait, this place. He's been away for a long time, but not long enough to forget his home. Oda's home. Oda, you should not have gotten involved. We've gotten used to despair from one defeat after another at the hands of powers beyond our ability to resist. But we needed to convince ourselves that our despair was not self-inflicted, but it stemmed from an obvious source in our lives. That is what Babel has become for people in this day and age. It was Babel who brought the enemies. It was Babel's medicine that worsened our oropathy. Oropathy. I hate that word so much. It was Babel's education that sapped our will to resist. It was Babel who deluded the king of Sarkas and tricked us into giving up on collecting the blood debt from the outsiders. Babel is the source of all our despair. I see some of you nodding. No doubt you've heard the same from your parents. In desperate times, people often mistake hearsay for the truth. But is it the truth, though? Or are our lives better without outsiders in Kazdel? Don't take anything at face value. See, think, and find your own answer. Yes, it's hard to leave Kazdel. The land outside is full of danger. Even making it to the border of the next country is no small feat. But I'll still leave this place. I'll go to Lithuanian, Columbia, Kazimierz, anywhere that I may find a way to change things. Then I'll come back and teach you, and all the children of the Sarkas. What will happen to Babel, you ask? The future of Babel. Hide yourselves. Don't make a sound. Hello? Are you looking for someone? It's Askel. Sorry, I got the wrong door. Do you need help? I'm familiar with the area. He smiles. There's no panic in his eyes. Ascalon scans the sparsely furnished room and understands. Do you live here on your own? Yes. My name is Ascalon. I'm from Babel. Thank you for sheltering him, but you must leave. Be careful. These are troubled times. You heard her. Someone knows you're here. You need to go. Not just the military commission, but also those mercenaries who've been bringing trouble to our doorstep. I know. I'm very grateful to you for lending us your house to serve as a classroom. The children. I'll take them home. Don't worry. You can continue your classes in a few days once the storm is past. There will be no need. As I've said before, I'm ready to leave. I've already spent too much time here because I wanted to see the lessons through to the end. There are many places that I still need to see. Alright. Oh, don't forget the potatoes. They're from the children and me. It's not much, but they'll serve as a few meals for the road. Thank you so much. All of you. I should be the one thanking you. I learned a lot from you. For the past few years, Kazdel has grown faster than its education and public thinking can keep up. I fear that our powers will be our own destruction if we do not change the present situation. The conflicts we see in Kazdel now are a good example. This is not how the Sarkas should be. I have yet to find a way to change all these, but I know that the answer does not lie within Kazdel. Goodbye, Oda. Goodbye. May your journey be safe and smooth. Oda watches as the teacher disappears around the corner, but does not go in. He does not remember when it started, but he has the habit of sitting by the door, waiting for a familiar someone to return. Wind stirs the dust from the streets, and the dust stirs up his tears. There's not even a shadow. He gently closes the door. Oda. Good Luck sees the target leave the house. Then, he sees a familiar figure that he has not seen for a long time. His blade feels heavy. He cannot move. Oda, I'm sorry. I didn't know. I'm a lousy dad, but... He tightens his grip on the knife's hilt. He knows only one way to give Oda a better future. Another one. A mist shrouds a corpse in the corner of the street. No. The passing of a life in Kazdel is akin to a speck of dust falling to the ground, unheard, unceremonious, and unnoticed. His luck has run out. How long do you plan on hiding there, Manfred? Or are you planning to stab me in the back now? Another mercenary. How many have you killed? Didn't see the point to keep count. You could kill 1, 2, 100 even, but can you kill every single mercenary who accepts the contract? They just want to remind us that we've been complacent with the status quo for far too long. Using the lives of Babel members as its reminder? To remind whom? He made a promise to Her Highness. Is that what he calls protection for Babel? All I see are crackdowns on Babel and mercenaries running wild. There are some things that should not be said aloud, especially not by you, Ascalon. Is this the reason for her attack on Scar-Eye? He's letting his mercenaries attack Babel. If you don't like it, arrest me. Let's see if you've improved at all under his tutelage. The general has taught me that there are more important things than violence. And by the looks of things, the mercenaries aren't the only ruthless cutthroats around here. Stop dodging if you dare. I'll prove to their highnesses that I can beat you. Too slow, Manfred. What? You're dead. Again. Ugh. Get up. Don't need you to tell me. Footwork, Manfred. And Ascalon, stop going for his head all the time. This is the most effective way. It's his own fault for getting hit. If he can't dodge it, he has to learn to take it. You're right, Ascalon, but why did you stop? We didn't tell you to. I can take it, Your Highness. It's not over yet. Huh? I hit... Your Highness, I hit... Did you now? Let me down, Ascalon. Don't hurt him, Ascalon. Oh. Manfred's long limbs flail helplessly in the air while his torso is tied to a wooden stake. How did you do it so fast? Got my inspiration from the way Her Highness sews. Manfred wiggles to break free, but the more he squirms, the tighter the ropes hug him. He cannot understand how Ascalon can be so strong and fast when she looks as thin and frail as him. Let me down! Look, I won again. Ascalon raises her weapon high and grins victorious at the twin sovereigns. Ascalon has gotten a lot more cheerful. What are you thinking? They're different from the other Sarkaz children. We can change them, but how can we reach all the children of Kazdel? Give me time. Babel can do it. Time is a luxury. I know, but education is not something that can be rushed. What we're doing is leaving hope for the next generation. The flame of hope will never go out as long as a single teacher in Kazdel remains willing to share with these children the vision of a beautiful future. Teresa casts her eye toward the two children, full of hope for the future. Well, are you going to admit defeat or not? No, let me down. We're not done. I'll let you down when you admit defeat. No way. I'll unbind you, Manfred. Thank you, Your Highness. Why am I flying? Your Highness. Hee hee. Alright, that will do, Teresa. Let him down. Man, even Teresa's bullying the poor boy. You've improved, but Teresa hasn't taught you everything he knows. You were always the faster learner, but ever since you left the General, you've been nothing but unadjusted and lost. He's disappointed in your departure, by the way. I may not be as good with words as you are, but at least I don't just ignore the insults against Her Highness Teresa. Do you really know why Her Highness is so dedicated to Babel's ideals? Do you really know why the General hasn't openly denounced the attacks on Babel? You should have talked to him rather than turning your back on him. I turned my back? You're the ones who turned your backs on Her Highness and the voices of so many. It's Teresa who has turned a blind eye to the mercenaries' acts of violence and the damage they've caused Babel. This much I know. The General has allowed it precisely because he can't ignore the voices of the majority. If the fate of the Sarkaz is doomed to fall into the abyss, what's wrong with using more effective means to prevent it? So that's what you truly think. It's what most of us in Kazdel think. It's not that I don't trust Your Highness. Anyone can promise a better future, but we can't ignore the reality before it. Isn't it crueler to use violence to force a child to shake hands and make peace with a murderer who just killed his father? Say whatever you want. I'll keep my hands off the military commission, but if you try to act through the mercenaries, then my job is simple. No more mercenaries, no more problems. Wait, is something wrong with the mic, Soul? Oh, wait. Is this better? Is this better, Soul? Test, test, test. If it's not, I may have to adjust more settings. I had to move where my PC is and it... Okay, let's check what settings got messed up this time. Do this, test, test, test. Okay. That's what's coming through here. Let's check settings here. My audio. My... That's not it, is it? Oh. Desktop audio should be set to the voice meter. This one, I think. Let's see if I apply. Desktop audio still goes through. Okay, so that's what I want it to be going through. Then audio 2 is that. Microphone is voice meter. I think it's supposed to be this. This one is what it's supposed to be going through, right? Yeah, I think. Okay, I think this is still the same one though. But why is there echo? Let me see if I can go into advanced properties, microphone, monitor and output. Test, test, test. Hello, how am I? Yeah, that's sounding weird. Why does this sound weird, dude? And it's robotic. Wait. Hello? Oh my gosh. Apparently I touched something on voice meter. And now I need to turn that off. Okay. Monitor is turned off. That was driving me nuts hearing that. So apparently I just like touched one of the voice meter things and it changed it's just this one little slider thing that is echo. Wait, how do I... There we go. There's the default. So I just like set it to like max echo on voice meter on accident. I didn't know I did anything. I didn't know there was a problem, Soul. And no one told me last night when I streamed, so I have no idea if the problem happened just now or if it happened like when I did the switch over. I don't know how it happened. I don't know why it happened. If I knew there was a problem, I would have fixed it off stream. Do you think I want to have bad audio? No, Soul. You don't get a sandwich, but you can have Ascalon.
Okay. But good morning, Soul. How are you? I feel that, Soul. I did a 10 pull for her on Friday. Did not get her, so sad. Then I might do a few more pulls on my main account. We'll see. Yo, half week, let's go. Ascalon. If you have the time, go visit Her Highness. I've never seen her so tired. A puff of mist is the only sign that she was ever there. Manfred looks down and wipes away the blood slowly seeping out of his chest. He sighs and turns into the empty street, only to spot the deceased mercenary's effects. Someday, we will all understand. It was never Her Highness or the General who made the choice. Yeah, I saw a... Wait, wasn't it? I think it was the one you sent me. They had Ascalon, and she was doing some silly stuff. So what is she being... What category is she being put in, Soul? Is she, like, a permanent limited one? And, like, not gonna be put into the standard set, I'm guessing? So she'll only come up on, like, the eventual rerun of this event and some other banners? Oh, she's going into standard? Hog? That's very nice. So I'll get her eventually then. It'll take a while, but one day she will come home. Who's there? He hesitates before the door. It has been a busy day at this old ramshackle house, from the teacher to the multiple visitors. Who could it be outside the door? His father finally returned? And if so, what should he say? He's learned so much from the teacher that he wants to share with his father, whose visits back home have become less and less frequent. He takes a deep breath, collects his mind, puts on a calm face, and opens the door. Hammer brother? Who? Who, Soul? Which one? Oh, yeah. I got Oda on main. Haven't gotten him on this account yet, because I am going... This is the start of mission 3. He opens the door. Hello? Good evening. Can I help you, sir? You know who I am? No, sir, but I know the uniform of the military commission. Just a routine inspection. Do you recognize these items? This is my father's. There have been some disturbances in the city, and I'm afraid your father... I'm so sorry. Where did you find them? There was nothing else left at the scene. I'm sorry. What's your name? Oda. If you need any help. No, I'm very grateful that you brought these back. It's been a long time since I last saw him. This is enough. I don't have to wait anymore. He's not coming back. Do you have family or friends you can count on? I can take care of myself. Besides, we see things like this every day in the city, no? I'm sorry I gushed, sir. I just feel like I know you somehow. I'm sure you're busy. I won't keep you any longer. My condolences. The door closes. Manfred can hear the sound of sobbing coming from behind the door, but he doesn't feel sorrow. Not anymore. Oda's right. He's seen this too many times. Yet he remembers this is not what the city was meant to be. Man. So messed up.
Direct memory access for application.
Oh, right.
now.
This mission sucks.
And enemy coordinates authorized. Please stand by.
Time to show them what we can do. Let's begin.
Gather around me, guys!
了解了解 You can't stop me
Don't worry. My toxins will slowly burn your life away. Target marked. Ooh! Gather around me, guys! Honey to me. Poison to you.
Forward Got it Got it
Nope, he's not coming around yet.
This is the shot
Nope, still not yet. Moose here.
Awaiting orders
My toxins will slowly burn. I have to get serious now. Whew, almost dozed off.
And we'll go with
I'll be careful.
Aya there.
Solid busy critical hit
Temperature is stable.
Okay, so Scotty may actually have enough stats to survive it. Cool. Yep, she can like just barely survive. That's good to know.
Honey to me. Activating arch unit.
Oh, activated that a bit early. Oh, man. No! Oh, dang it.
This may be a little hot.
Okay, I need more defenders. And I'm pretty sure they have a higher defense than resistance. So I'll need to get some more arts damage there. Nomadic city of Kazdel. Let me through. This area is off limits. What happened? Are you with Babel? No? Then it's none of your business. The wall of royal court soldiers prevents Oda from passing, but he sees several familiar crying faces in the scattering crowd. Those students. I think I can take this alley here. Excuse me, do you know what happened? Someone beat another guy to death. He's dead too. Are you trying to join the racket? Babble again. What is Her Highness thinking? Shut your trap. You everything you eat, everything you wear, and the roof over your head to Her Highness. Shh. Well, it's simple enough, alright. A teacher beat the father of his student to death. A teacher? How could... All the man did was scold him a little, and if it was the teacher who was telling the kids all sorts of... And it was the teacher who was telling the kids all sorts of awful things. That's not true. You're a babble shill too? Kids these days. Hey, what are you doing? Oda squeezes through the crowd and sees some familiar faces lying on the ground. He finally finds the source of the commotion. The teacher lying in a cloud of dust. Teacher, what's going on? I didn't mean to hurt his father. Hang in there, I'll find a doctor. No, over there. Him. Oda looks in the direction that the dying man is pointing and sees an injured child crying by the lifeless body of his father. Oda runs through the burning street, carrying the injured child in his arms, and pieces together the whole picture from what he sees and hears. It began when an agitated teacher accidentally killed an agitated father before he was set upon by the angry crowd and fell in the dust of the streets. The turmoil dragged everyone in. Civilians, Babel, mercenaries, even the military commission. Like a chain reaction, clouds of dust were stirred up in various corners of the city. It wasn't until artillery from an unknown source blasted through a wall of Babel's office building that the royal troops finally quelled the riot. It began with an accident and ended with a shell that caused more damage to Babel than anything in the past 18 years, since the end of the war. Dang. The kid is hurt and needs a doctor. Don't make me do this the hard way. Whose side are you on? Babel, the military commission? Neither. I just need to get him to a doctor. Now get out of my way. My dad. It's too late for him. I'm sorry. Go. But don't trust outsiders so easily, Sarkaz. Not in this chaos. Thank you. Oda can feel the child's breathing grow weaker as he continues on his way. Running through the streets, he seems to feel someone brush past his shoulder, but sees no one. Ascalon. Oh, is this person part of? Is that an operator in the future or something? Seems to at least be like some sort of important character. I don't know if it's just in the event or if they show up in like the main storyline or as an op. Stop right there. Not one step closer. There are patients inside. This kid needs medical attention now. But, oh, I didn't think there was anyone still willing to bring patients here. Alright, I'll take it from here. I'll try to give you some extra medicine before we leave. Leave? Her Highness made the decision, but we all know what's happening. We're not welcome in Kazdel anymore. Where are you going? Outside the city? Aren't you afraid of the dangers in the wastes? Yes, I am. But if this city no longer welcomes us, then we respect its choice. I want to join Babel. I can help care for the patients or protect you. Man. Is this the one who started the whole mess? Will he live? Don't think so. Lost too much blood. And what are we even doing here? Just follow the general's orders and don't ask questions. Who'd have thought something so minor would need their highness's statement? Ugh. Is he trying to talk to us? There's nobody else around. Probably just seeing things before he dies. No banshee would sing an elegy for a sinner. It's dangerous. Go. They can't see me. My arts hide my presence. Okay, so banshee. She's a banshee and is invisible. Cool. Who are you? A student. I came from far away, following in the footsteps of my mother to find answers in this wandering city and her two rulers. Did you find? I'm afraid the city doesn't have the answers ready yet, but I found you. The ideas that you advocated were very interesting. I was with you when you taught those children in that basement, learning about the city and Babel. Of course, no one noticed, except Ascalon. The boy has been brought to Babel where his injuries will be treated. Do you regret your end? No. The boy defended me. He understood what I tried to change. I'm sorry about his father. I sympathize. It was not your intention to cause this tragedy, but fate has played a cruel joke on you. I hear crying. It is your elegy, calling your fading soul to the other side. Fear not, hesitate not. The myriad souls welcome you with open arms. Let my song take you beyond. Thank you. The young banshee's song soothes the mind of the dying man. The gentle song echoes through the crowded streets of the city. Banshees respond to the song of their young kin, adding their voices to the harmony. It is an elegy that commemorates the passing of an ordinary Sarkaz. You were talking about the future of Babel in the lesson, but you didn't get to the end. What were you going to say? I believe that Babel will die someday. I hope I'm wrong. Oh. I bet it's her. I bet it's the daughter of this banshee. A song. Another Sarkaz is passed on in the turmoil. There is no longer any place for Babel here. I will lead them and leave this city. Teresa, we love you, all of us. I know, but Babel has no choice. But if you leave, my people have made their choice. Neither I nor Teresa's can change it. We cannot abandon hope, but the best course of action right now is to avoid conflict. Hatred will swallow us like a flood. You've always known, Teresa, our hero, our king. Gentle requests and gradual changes will not sway the minds of the Sarkaz drawn here by Kazdel's rise. Lacrimoline, perhaps what I say will disappoint, even hurt you, Teresa. Rimbilton, Sargon, even Columbia, you have opened their doors and allowed the Sarkaz to negotiate with some as equals. Terra has seen more technological progress in 50 years than it has for millennia. But we were too slow. Despite the incredible changes you've brought to Kazdel, they haven't been enough to bear the fruits of true transformation. even if I too believe that the fruits of spring are near. Is this the stance of the Banshee Court, Lacrimoline? I'm just a mother who came to see her boy off, Teresa. I respect his choice, and there will come a day when he will speak for our royal court. Wait, son? Boy? But that day is not today. I know you love him. You haven't allowed yourself to age since he was born. Nathaniel was a miracle to me and to all banshees. The day he was born, I became loath to age with time. I have preserved my appearance at the peak of my beauty. I wish to remain eternal in his memory. My life is finite, of course. It's only the facade that never changes. I know what your highness is thinking. You never expected your dream to come true in this generation. You see yourself as the soil, and it's not the soil's due to witness the flowers bloom, even if the two of you have to give everything to nourish this soil. Humor my little self-indulgence, your highness. Until he finds the answer he is seeking, allow him to travel between the two of you, to learn from both of you. He will be the first sprout to emerge from the soil. Bring Ethanil. Take care of him. Protect him in my place. I will, Lacrimoline, my friend. No matter where you go, no matter what fate awaits either of you, the Banshee Court will sing both your elegies and announce to all. This is my promise. It is the most ancient and powerful of witchcrafts, my final parting gift to you. Lacrimoline, will we meet again? I hope so. Until next time then, I look forward to the day that I can hear you sing in the mists of the Convalis. Farewell, your highness. I'm afraid I must stay here and go no further. Ethanil will be part of your possession after all, and I'm not ready to say goodbye to him yet. So is Ethanil the child? Or is... It's gotta be. Otherwise it wouldn't be an important character. How long do you plan on standing there? You came a little too early if it's Teresa you're looking for. I didn't think you would have the courage to come to me, Ascalon. Why? Do you mean why wouldn't you have the courage to see me, or why I banished Babel? You've seen Manfred? Yes. Did you do it? Not all the way? Good. Now, remove yourself before you say something childish and naive. Not even Teresa would agree with you. Or you could choose to stay. You don't have to explain yourself. After all, you never formally joined Babel. Her Highness needs someone to protect her. She's more powerful than you think. And I agree with you even less, Master. I suppose I should take that as a no. You and Manfred are my best students, yet both of you have your fatal flaws. Your talents in combat are peerless, but what do you truly believe? Your Highness. Impatience. I said what you truly believe in, not me nor Teresa. You still don't know what you seek, do you? To protect? That's just empty self-deceptive sentimentality. When you're unsure of your path, you merely project your motivations onto vague ideals. I've thought about it carefully. Perhaps. Then follow Teresa and protect her, but don't blindly adopt her ways. Think for yourself. Manfred found his answer long before you did. The next time we see each other... Never mind. Go, Ascalon. There's nothing else for us to talk about now. Ascalon falls to one knee, then turns to a mist that closes around Teresis. The mist trembles and disperses, leaving behind only a stone knife in Teresis' hand. He recalls the day that he snatched the blade from the child in the catastrophe. You were too cold to her, Teresis. It's a time of parting. You could have shared your mind with her. She's never been adept at expressing emotion. As her teacher, you're better than me at reaching the teenager side of her. Do you really have no faith in her choice? She's welcome back at any time. Manfred remains too complacent in his training. He needs someone to challenge him, a goal to work towards. I'll tell her. I wish you would come back too. I know. If we cannot resolve a minor conflict like this, the next one could escalate into a full-fledged civil war. If it comes to that, all we have dreamed of for a century will be for naught. If that day comes and if I have to, I'll kill you. Babel is ready. We will leave with those who are willing to follow. You've always kept them close. Yes, because they need me. I need you too. Kazdel needs its king. Teresis, our people have made their choice. The best course of action for now, at least, is is for Babel to back down. I will continue to call the nourishing rain upon Kazdel, change the city's circumstances, and wait for hatred to subside. But if you become the greatest threat to the searching dreamers in this long, painstaking process, I will destroy you. So be it. Mercenaries and royal court soldiers lined the streets, holding back the restless crowd. It was the king of Sarkaz who brought food and shelter. It was also the king of Sarkaz who allowed oppression and hatred to fester. The Babel procession stretches as far as the eye can see, past the barricades formed by lines of royal court soldiers, past the disdainful crowd. Teresis walks toward the crowd and stands with them. He has left Teresa's side for the first time in 2 centuries. We all know what we must face. I hope this will not be the last time we stand together. Will that day be far? Not too far. Teresa joins the silent procession. Their farewell to the city is soundless. Their path is one of hope. Then something occurs, enough to silence the restless onlookers and momentarily halt the procession. The cursing and crying cease. Every eye turns to a single poignant scene. A mercenary steps out the line to embrace his best friend in the procession. No one can hear the whispers exchanged between the 2 friends by the ruins of Babel, but all are willing to wait and give them their moment of farewell. A farewell between the people and their city, and between 2 peoples of the same blood. A young Sarkaz, who has lost everyone he holds dear, walks in the procession without regret. He remembers walking the same path, leaving the city in search of his parents with his older companion many years ago. Right. Oda and Manfred travel together looking for his parents. Dang. And then Manfred finds him. Manfred was that much older than him? My goodness. Because I don't think they changed his thing. Like, they didn't change his design between the age difference, but for Manfred they did. So I think he was supposed to be a lot younger, but since they didn't change his design, he still looks just as young. Dad, I believe that there has to be another way than war. Mom, I know you believed in Babel because you hoped for a different way to live. Goodbye, Mom and Dad. Goodbye, home. For Teresa's eyes only. I have heard of what happened in Kazdel and share your sense of loss. The city holds special meaning to us all. But Babel need not drift on the wastelands, for I have located the ship I previously mentioned in Rimbildton. The excavation went smoothly, and the ship's basic functions have been restored after 2 years of work. It will carry the hopes of Babel into the future. Please wait for me, Teresa. P.S. I did find it on the ship. A legacy that could bring a people to this land. Given its importance, I feel it is crucial to discuss this matter with you in person. With hope, Calcit.
We won, Doctor.
And we're just getting deeper and deeper into the oncoming tragedy. But now I'm gonna re-clear it. And also change these back to... Now that the event is gone. Oh wait, that was supposed to be 2. Oops. Okay. Texas Signs and Myrtle. I think that should work pretty well. Then we'll go with Wait, does Lynn have slow? No, she doesn't do stuff. Or she doesn't do slow. Oh, S1? Oh yeah, S1 does slow. That's right. So we'll do this. And I'll do Volcano. And Amiya? Let's... I'll go with S3 on Amiya, just for the funny. And then Tilo and Gaviel. And this time, Quora, Saria, Asbestos. And then we'll go with I guess I'll do Lappy. Lappy, yes, too.
Got it.
I actually don't even know if I can get everyone into the target range, honestly speaking.
Let's begin.
Here.
Incoming. Get ready, everyone. Good scenery
Here.
Doctor.
Got it. You can't stop me. Picked out your bait yet?
And
We're counting on you again today, little apple.
Don't. Nothing can mask the scent of despair.
ooh, yeah, that's actually really good.
Closer, doggone. You want to talk? Too late for
And we'll go with
that. I'll be careful.
Amiya here.
Got it. Shut up.
We're counting on you again
Or
today, little
Aya,
apple.
not Amiya.
Got it.
Amiya will be here.
I know what to do. Don't order me around. You can't hide your fear.
Gather around me, guys.
Awaiting order.
And then retreat. Quora here.
I know
Swap
what to do. Don't order
Swap.
me around. Vermin.
there.
Ready to heal.
There.
Suppress them. Come on.
And Asbestos will just get the heals from Saria.
Here.
Solidify.
And once all of them are out,
Professor,
then we use the volcano
This will be over soon.
here.
and Amiya skill active.
Just who are you weaklings going to stop?
There we
like
go.
that?
3 stars easy.
Take a breather and tally up your losses. Nothing worth celebrating here. We might be dead in a second or two.
And then a story. Oh man. After all that story reading, I now get a story, an entirely story reading bit. Oh. So it's Saria and Telopsis. Or wait, no. I didn't deploy Telopsis. It was Saria and Gaviel, wasn't it? Yeah, I think I had Gaviel on. So a pretty good E2 healing plus Saria also. Yeah, Saria and Gav. So an E2 single target healer and an E2 Guardian Defender with really good heals. Because its percentage of her attack in Sari is like a very high attack for a defender. I don't have Hoshi on this account, Soul. Why do you think I used Quora? I prepared a gift for you, Aspie. What do you hear? This is... Do you remember? This is the polarization formed when AMA 10 was born. You said you found a rhythm within its waveform. Of course, I added a little personal touch. I adjusted the direction of the planetary track's array to capture different echoes. The harmony is derived from the lingering neutrinos of extinguished stars. As for the orchestrator, I used the gravitational folds left behind when the ship sailed through the Stargate. What the heck are all these words? Oh, I knew you'd like it, Aspie. The universe is singing. Even at this moment, it's still as touching as ever. But this violates the norms we set ourselves, Priestess. These facilities should have kept operating on the preset path. The stars are losing their color. This world no longer has norms, doesn't it? This place will fall silent soon, almost like we've never been here. Come, walk with me, before the silence comes. I hope we'll get to see this world's future with our own eyes together, Aspie. True, Soul. Very true. We will. I will wait for you in that world. Four years ago, summer 1090. Rhodes Island of Babel. They've been making their changes from Babel to Rhodes Island, slowly but surely. Wait. What? I just realized what Closure's shirt is. I never really looked that closely at her design, but it's the Google. It's the T-Rex Jumpy game. That's great. And this is why Closure is best girl. There are too many best girls in Arknights. We just like we like all of them. They're all the best girls. Phew. Finally done retrofitting the electrical wiring. Now we're going to be able to withstand any impact, I think. How dare Kal'tsit make me work 48 hours non-stop. Once all this is over, I'm going to tell Her Highness on her. Confirmed within the landship's communication range. Signals clear. The mini bases you hit around are great, Closure. Of course, not even Her Highness has seen anything this handy. Is their so-called research finished? The energy surge caused by the last couple rounds almost got Rhodes Island to stall. I'm still reinforcing the landship for the next impact. You know how much I racked my brains to cover up the landship's movement? Like, what if the military commission's spies caught wind? Relax, I've already eliminated all our targets nearby. Just focus on your preparations. Scout, report. The infiltration mission is complete. I'm sending the intel back to Babel. What's the situation inside the city? Not much has changed over the past few years. Not many catastrophes, very little movement. Our situation's not very optimistic, actually. If the military commission continues to shrink our strategic space, let's trust Her Highness and Dr. Kal'tsit. You're right. They've spent so much time preparing for today's experiment just to turn the tide. Right, Scout. Have you gotten your hands on the equipment I was keeping at my place? I've already entrusted it to a messenger to take to Babel. Awesome. With the secret weapon Kal'tsit and I knocked out together, we'll definitely crack that weird control system on the ship. I'll rendezvous with the messenger and confirm the package's risk level before bringing it to the landship. We've been investigating the agent behind our missing engineer too. The threat against the landship hasn't been fully eliminated yet. Wait. Is this related to that one Because wasn't there an engineer that went missing in another storyline? So is this just like coincidence that it's like the same thing happening, or is this actually related? Or am I just getting completely mixed up and thinking of something else? I could also be thinking of something else. That's entirely possible. Yeah, probably, Soul. Closure. I brought you even more materials just as you asked. They're so heavy. Thanks, Soda. Looks like now I can make more safety equipment for Her Highness and Kal'tsit. And I should install an extra line for backup. Hope there won't be any unexpected surprises this time. Do you need any help, Closure? Oh, you should hurry and evacuate to a safe zone with everybody else. The next wave of impacts is probably going to be in 30 minutes. Now everything's all ready. I'm kind of curious. Just what kind of secret experiments are Kal'tsit and Her Highness running? They even need to mod the energy and defense modules, not to mention those weird tests. There's no one with a better understanding of Originium. If you want to solve the suffering caused by Originium, there's no better candidate for the job. The news you bring is always so surprising, even for the King of Sarkaz. Are those devices really still working? Are you confident about the resurrection? The vast majority of life forms on Terra can't resist corrosion that spans such a long stretch of time. The Terra we see today is no doubt a miracle, and so are you, Teresa. But in the past, the whole solar system revolving around the sun was insignificant in their eyes. You seem a little tense, and also a little anxious and nervous. Is there anything else that worries you? Yes, but I can't tell you. It's okay. Sorry, I shouldn't have distracted you. Focus. I can feel it. Kal'tsit. You love this name, don't you? I've forgotten almost everything else about those days, but I still remember how, in that distant past, somebody gave me this name. Kal'tsit. That was the last time we ever met. Kal'tsit, I do not have much time left. Search for traces of life. Search for hope in the future. Kal'tsit, go find your own answer. Find yourself. Then why hesitate? I know what you mean. It's just... I've had a premonition. Worry, or perhaps a conjecture. At the starting point of this land, at a certain point in time when life had only started budding, something that can never be reversed happened here. And I don't know what it is. If it's someone that even Dr. Kal'tsit can put her full faith in, then I'm not one bit worried. Besides, considering how cautious you are, the safety measures that you prepared well ahead of time have never allowed me to worry. I'm sorry to say this, Teresa. This alone, no matter how many contingency measures I prepare, I still can't confidently say anything is conclusive. Teresa, I can't guarantee that I will always make the most rational decision. And this time, I want to believe. Then do what you want to. I'll be here with you. Kal'tsit's hand touches the door that has stood silently still for a cryptically long stretch of time. A new wave of tremors reaches Rhodes Island. The door loosens. Originium will become the beacon, condensed by our civilization. If one day other life forms in the universe lose their homeland and seek a way to resolve their plight, they will witness that we once shined, we once resisted, and this is where we rest. We once delivered a gift to those who came after us before our annihilation. Hope. Unknown language. This place. Is it time already? Warning. Unknown power activated. Warning. PRTS access detected. Warning. PRTS access detected. PRT access reset complete. Administrator permissions confirmed. All communication module channels open. Communications receiver module overclocking procedure completed. Search Preserver, no signal. Search Perula Arbor, no signal. Search Celestial Fulcrum, no signal. Search. No signal. Search complete. No signal detected on any channel. Would you like to retry? No answer. Just me. How long has it been? Searching progress logs. Latest update. 4,755,954 days ago. Abnormal vital signs detected. Loading restoration module. Restoring. Did I wake up too early or too late? What stage has Originium reached? Searching Originium inspection data history data. No response. Originium inspection module is disconnected. Terra. Why save all these redundant information? This isn't recorded in the database. A new language. A new civilization is born. It's just me. What about her? Priestess. I can answer your question. I can answer your question. I saved those data in PRTS in advance. You. A hint of unfamiliarity, perplexity, and vigilance flashed in the eyes of the person stuck in the past. Calcit senses it from the glare of the person in the sarcophagus. Likewise, Teresa senses Calcit's nervousness. Wait. You've changed a fair bit. The person inside the sarcophagus feels like they've just woken up from a short dream. The life form that bid them farewell prior to sleep is still here by their side. But you've never left. No. From the moment I left this place until now, when I am standing here before you again. I have wandered for thousands of years. However, I have never forgotten the question you left me. Calcit wastes uneasily. She needs to make sure. She needs to make sure that her hope has not gone through some kind of horrible change. That was not a question. That was what I looked forward to. Then, have you found the meaning of your life yet? Yes, soul. Calcit. Discovering the meaning in the continuation of life. It's a path that I will have to keep walking. You still remember. Doctor! I still remember. To me, it was like yesterday when we said goodbye to each other, but it also seemed like an eternity. But to you, there was never a moment when I forgot all you have done for me. Aside from my life, you granted me one other thing that I found most precious. Freedom, Dr. Aspie. Please, just doctor will do, Calcit. Let me get out first. You are still very weak. I can help. No need. Calcit, I still have many questions. What has become of Originium? I couldn't find any records. It still grows on the continent outside. So I woke up too early. You've suffered, Calcit. I can tell from your eyes. You woke me up because you need my help. Yes, we need your help. I see. That devil. I can see from your friend behind you that not only has Originium found an unexpected way to exist, she also possesses, yes, Civilite Eterna. The course of this civilization is very complicated. What's her name? Does their civilization have anything like that used to refer to individuals? Teresa. Teresa. The awakened one walks up to Teresa and holds out 2 arms, showing the palms of those hands. Do you mean story, Soul? Yes. Yes, Soul. I am hoping to pull Civlight once she comes out. Because I want her. But we'll see. Chapter 14 is after this event. So, wait, she's free? Oh, is she... Do you have... Oh, boy. Oh, wait. Chapter 14 is gonna be free for everyone, right? So I guess, at least on my main... I might actually do it on this one. Actually, I don't know if I can beat the stages on this account. But at least on my main, I'll probably clear through 14 and skip the story until I actually get there. Because I'm still on, like, I think either 10 or 11 on main. Because it's been, like, event after event after event. Yeah, I know, Soul. I know. Teresa extends her hands to lightly hold the hands of the one from the past. The doctor feels warmth. Yes, Teresa. This is the moment 2 civilizations make contact with one another. Yet Teresa can see sadness in the eyes of this doctor from eras long gone. And she feels no warmth from the hands she's holding. Originium. And you. Together. You speak our language. I learned from records. Not hard. Unbelievable. I was thinking about learning your language. Kelsit said, my world is lost. Languages of the past should stay in the past. I am curious about your kind. You found and even entered Civlight Eterna. I want to ask you everything about your civilization. That's the only way I can find traces of my world, the world of the past. So, Soul, is the new Arknights game, is it the past of the Doctor? Is that what the setting is? Because I have not actually, like, kept up with the new game at all. So is it going to be something like back then before the Doctor's sleep? Oh, it's the future. Okay. That's cool. I understand. Doctor, is that how you say it? Please forgive me. Keep holding my hands. I will show you. The Doctor cannot help but be attracted to the eyes of this creature that looks like a devil. Through her eyes, the one who lost a world sees life. Civilization is born from the instinct of living beings. It's survival of the fittest. Natural selection. This is how the cycle of life is formed. A burdened beast accidentally fell beneath the ice, pushes a small cub up from the water with its head. The small burdened beast staggers on the ice and walks toward the hunters who are waiting afar with their bait. Water real quick. It's coming this way. Get ready. The hunter grabs the starving burden beast cub before the ice cracks underneath them. Good. At least we managed to save one. Rebellion. Going against our survival instinct is the catalyst of our civilization's evolution. And and curiosity. Curiosity is what we burn our lives away for. The staircase that allow our civilization to proceed forward. A pioneer chasing the stars is pushing forward with his fallen ally on his back. You idiot. Why can't you keep at it for just one more day? The newspapers already said that it was the crashed aircraft with the Wrights, not a shooting star, but you just had to get to the bottom of it. They were failures who crashed from the sky. What was there to risk your life for? Those rocks that fell onto the land? What did you want to prove to me? I too once saw within the black crown the sun getting engulfed, with darkness shrouding the whole continent. But even in its darkest hour, there were still those who tried to light up the night. It's still black. The sun really is dead. The sun's been dead for too long. We gotta save it. If the sun doesn't live, how are we going to hold our tail thickness contests? But how? We climb the tallest mountain and raise a torch up high to light it back up. What if our arms get tired? Then we'll build a statue of me and my statue will hold the torch up instead. Good idea. We can build my statue next to yours to hold up another torch too. Then if your torch goes out, my torch can light yours. With fire comes light, and it is light that guides us toward hope. And my kin see death as a different interpretation of hope. After your body's destruction, to become one with the city within the soul furnace's flames is an honor bestowed only on those who are most respected. They will grow as Originium crystals and become one with Kazdel. The newborn will grow among the fluttering dust and continue their march forward with hardships in tow amid the chorus of the myriad souls. Progress mixed with ignorance. The cycle continues and repeats over and over. So beautiful. So nostalgic. You're kind. Terra seems to have gotten back on the right track and achieving enlightenment. How is ignorance defined, and how do we prove the progress of enlightenment? The way I see it, all of this is part of our civilization. But the things you showed me, most of them are extremely different compared to your race. Conquerors and the conquered, both have been branded with inerasable marks by this land throughout the evolution of civilization. For the sake of survival, I believe that all discrepancies will be unified and all clans will become one. In the future that I envision, all the many lands will become one. That's a stirring belief. It's admirable. I can feel that you truly love this great land. Be it discrimination, war, or disaster, the object of your love has long surpassed an individual or a clan. But if you surpass the extremes of the civilization you belong to, no one will be able to comprehend your love. On the contrary, they will loathe you. Do you understand what you will have to go through to reach the future you strive for? If there's no choice but to walk that path, I will gladly do so. Teresa, a Terran. No wonder Kal'tsit trusts you. She willingly took the risk to wake me in order to help you. Right. When every era comes to an end, there are always those who try their hardest to change the tide in the final moments. But most of the time, their stories don't end well. Nevertheless, there is no doubt that you have my admiration. After all, on a certain level, you are very similar to some people that I knew. I will never get to see them again. Perhaps I'll need some more time to get my thoughts in order. But no matter. I think I should listen to what you two have to say first. What do you need me to do? Doctor, you need rest. I'm fine. Kal'tsit. She's given me lots of surprises, but on top of that, she's given me even more challenges. Sorry, I mean confusion. I still don't have a very good grasp of the Sarkha's language. I saw a lot of unexpected things in her. Surely you did too. I made enemies with her, came to know her, began to understand her wish, and finally admired her responsibility. That black crown shared with Teresa the long history and experience it bears, and she too slowly gained foresight that no other can attain. I felt, perhaps this would be our best chance, with her, with Babel, and with Terra. With Terra. You too are part of this great land now, Kal'tsit. I hope you will take this journey with us too. Right. I envy you, and I trust you, Kal'tsit. but I am just a researcher. Perhaps the help I can offer won't be as significant as you hoped. Peripathy, catastrophe, disasters that we have no methods to resist have been bringing many hardships to these lands. Yet Terra's technology is almost entirely built atop the foundation that is Originium. Fighting over energy, the discrimination against the infected, and the estrangement between war and races are all further tearing these lands apart. We tried, but our efforts yielded very little. That's because we know practically nothing about Originium. We know nothing about this great land. What happened to the sky and the ocean? Where did the ancient ruins come from? How exactly were we born? We hope you'll be able to find answers for us. Surely, Calcit must already have shared some of those with you. As for Originium, I'm sorry to say that the person I am now can't give you a good answer. At the very least, not an answer to everything. When I woke up, I tried to access the logs tracking Originium's process, but strangely, there was nothing. And this glimpse of Terra that you showed me has made me even more confused. The development of Originium has taken a completely different turn from what I expected. I need some time. I need to explore and see this great land for myself, to understand how exactly Originium has influenced culture, life, and environment. This could take years, perhaps longer, and maybe after an enormous amount of energy is expended, you will receive only a most disappointing answer. I once made a promise to somebody. Thinking about it now, perhaps all I ever left myself or her was regret. That's why I won't make a promise lightly, Calcit. Forgive me. In that case, we will wait. No matter what your answer will be, Babel will last until the day of your return, Doctor. Thank you. Well, sorry, but I'm a little hungry. PRTS showed me that the landship has a temporary cafeteria. That it does, but it might be a little messy there. How about I take you? Thank you, Teresa, but no. This place has a special meaning to me too. Let me walk there slowly, by myself. Okay. Be careful, Doctor. The awakening has given the Doctor a lot of pressure, but it would seem this one is quick to adapt and much quicker than I expected. The Doctor wants to learn all there is to learn about Terra. A quick learner too, it seems. If the children were like the Doctor, perhaps they would have the chance to master even more language and travel to so many places across Terra. Teresa, you should go back and look for the others. There should be plenty of Babel affairs that need the chairman herself to... Teresa? Calcit, there's something bothering me. Maybe I'm overthinking it, but I want to tell you. The Doctor seems to be very surprised by the look of Terra as it is today. You once told me that nobody has a better understanding of Originium than the Doctor. The same Doctor who said that the development of Originium took a completely different turn from the expected. Then what should Originium have been like? What should these lands have been like? What should the Sarkas have been like? Is the Doctor ready to depart? Right. The Doctor applied for a transport, some defensive weapons, and nothing else. The Doctor stated an intent to avoid combat zones. Alright, we'll just abide the Doctor's wishes. Your Highness, I would like to follow this Doctor of ours. Considering the background involved, I'm worried. Ascalon, have you ever left Kazdel? Left? If we count how I once chased a quarry and left the area when I was small, then I most certainly have. That doesn't count. Go, follow and protect the Doctor, but do not interfere. I will keep a close eye. No, Ascalon, calm down. I don't want you to keep an eye on anyone. I want you to go out there and see how the people in other lands live. This is a great opportunity. Soul, I've been reading for about an hour and a half. Let me stumble over my words. How they live? Outside our homeland, neither war nor suffering is part of the people's daily lives. Food, fashion, arts, culture, we could have so much. Many of us know this fact, but even more of us choose to ignore this fact because most of the time we don't have the freedom to choose. Screw you, Soul. Don't give me that look, Ascalon. Listen to me. At first you followed me because you opposed Teresa's measures, but what about after this division is over? What will you do then? What will be the next stop for the countless Sarkas who share the same idea as you? That's why you need to take a break from the war and see the sights beyond our homeland. See the life that we should have lived. If that's your wish, it is. Have a safe trip. BB4! Dear Calcit, glad to receive your letter. Hope you and everyone in Babel are well. A couple of months ago, I rescued a girl by the name of Amiya from a convoy that had met with misfortune. The accident killed her parents and afflicted her with oripathy. Oripathy. The locals deal with orphaned oripathy patients by putting them in a car and driving them into the wastes. I had no choice but to take her with me. What do you mean about the stage lineup? Wait, let me open up my full... I think I cleared BB7 on main, so I should... Let me take a look at it. Because I did notice it was going in a strange pattern, but I didn't really pay attention to it yet, so let me pull it open and take a look at it. Babel. Oh, it's a heartbeat. That's what it is. That's cool. I like that. I will soon, Soul. I've just been, whenever I got time between stuff I'm doing, I clear a mission or two. And I know I've seen a few things. Mainly, I think it was the comments on one of the videos you sent me that mentioned BB9. I'm not looking forward to it. If what I have pieced together in my head is correct, then I am not looking forward to it. We've become fellow travelers by chance. You can't imagine my panic and helplessness as I took care of her. Fortunately, a woman who goes by the name of Savage has joined our little band, which is so... Savage! Yeah, it was the Tachanka one, Soul. Savage! I haven't used Savage in forever. A shadow leaps out of the dunes in the moonlight. Approaches cautiously. Threatening roar. Oh, wait. Okay. Hey. Oh, wait. Don't come any closer. Rubs claws excitedly. Moves head in confusion. You seem to have made them even more excited, Amiya. Look at her! She's so tiny. Look at her. Must protect. Don't worry, Doctor. I can deal with this. Mom and Dad taught me how to chase the sand beasts away. All you need to do is imitate the sound of their natural enemies. Pauses in confusion. Wait, that wasn't right. Was it chip chip? Tilts head in confusion. It's still not right. What was it again? Ow? Cuckoo? Tick tock? Swings tail in confusion. That's not right either. It's okay, Amiya. I'll take care of this. The doctor makes a ring with thumb and index finger and whistles, producing a strange sound. Stands up startled. Looks around uneasily. Quickly digs a hole. Slowly follows. Wow, Doctor, that was just like the real thing. Let me try. Oh. Amiya presses her tiny hand against her lips, but uses too much force and only gets a sound after going all red and puffy in the face. Why did we not get art of that? Give us art of Amiya trying to whistle. The pair of whistles echo across the waste, sending the sand beast scurrying underground. A child's laughter replaces the whistles. Then the laughter fades away to silence and a soft little sigh. Come here, Amiya. Why the sullen look? The sand beast ran off. I could never remember, even after Mom and Dad taught me so many times. And I couldn't protect you even though I said I would. Your hand's still wounded. It hasn't fully healed. Don't worry, it doesn't hurt. Anyway, don't you remember? It was you who taught me how to make that sound. I did? You see, like I told you, your brain slows down and you start to forget things if you don't sleep. I don't want to sleep. I'm scared that I'll dream of those things. But you told me you dream of your parents too. We have some time before our ride gets here. Have a sleep. Can I come closer? When I wake up, the first thing I want to see is you. Of course. Why don't I tell you a few stories while we wait for Savage? We must protect her. She's so sweet. A long time ago, there was a really smart scientist. Her home was in danger, and she made a difficult choice to protect it and the people around her. She's already out. Yes, Soul. Man, Doctor just started telling the story and she passed out. Doctor, I found a vehicle. We'll be able to get to the next... Shh, she's sleeping. Dear Calcit, I was glad to find signs of life wherever I went. This should be an unfamiliar world, yet there are times when it feels incredibly familiar. I recall the legends that had fascinated me in the past, never failing to capture my imagination despite their age. The ancient machines that had rumbled in the mines and dust once again roam this land. Stories can become reality, and the reality we see can become stories. You can come over, Amiya. No need to keep poking your head out from there. Are you drawing, Doctor? Am I interrupting? Of course not. Take a look. Is it good? It's the mining truck we just drove together. I've been drawing lots of our experiences. Have you driven a mining truck before? Even the old miners can't go as fast as you did. I've seen many amazing vehicles before, like Originium slug eggs, but much larger. Once I drove one of them, and we went through the bridge between stars. The bridge between stars? It's always dark at night, so it must have been really dark. Was it dangerous? No. Guides stand by the bridge, borrowing glowing clouds from old stars and making round mirrors out of them. Follow the path the mirrors show, and we can see the spires fading in and out of the clouds, and the crown of flowers worn by the stars on the other side of the bridge. When we descend on the crown, you'll find that it belongs to good children like you. It's a really, really big playground. A playground? I've read about them in the stories. There are lots of children there. Do you want to play with other children? No, I just want to play with you, Doctor. You'll make more friends as you grow up. As I grow up. What's the most amazing vehicle you've ever driven? Most amazing? Well, I spent a very long time with it. Very long indeed. Was there anyone else with you? In the beginning, yes. In the end, though, I was alone. But it's alright. I was sleeping. I slept for a very long time. Take me with you next time. That way I can keep you company and you won't have to sleep all day. Motorbikes. Why are you laughing, Doctor? That's a big promise to make. Are you sure? You'll have your own journey, your vision, your future. Are you sure you want to be with me? But they all say that there's no future for people with rocks on them. So I'll always be with you. Man, I haven't even gotten to the sad part and it's already heartbreaking. We'll have a future, Amiya. How's Amiya doing? Still not great? Still a bit of fever. Maybe neuropathy, complications from all the excitement. Hard to find neuropathy meds around these parts. She acts like it's nothing during the day, but keeps having nightmares. Poor girl. Every survivor of that accident was infected, no exceptions. How long does it take for uropathy to progress in a child her age? It's different for everyone. Some disintegrate the day after developing acute symptoms, some suffer for more than a decade of misery. But the end is always the same. Uropathy. Is there anyone in the world who can cure it? The world? Oh, you mean Terra, our great land? Man, you sound like one of those old scholars. I didn't know you had a sense of humor. Wait, you're serious? I'm afraid not. It's impossible. I need it to be possible. People couldn't imagine the nomadic cities a few centuries ago, could they? I'll find a way, before her symptoms deteriorate. It may be hard, but that doesn't mean it's impossible. Say it to a Rimbilly and you'll think you're making fun of them. You never fail to surprise me, but I just can't help but believe in you. Is that the charm of being smart? Come on, Charlotte. I mean you. I meant you. Never mind. What? Oh, I meant... Can't you tell? There's something about you. Something that lets everyone know that you're different from us. Amiya senses it. Children are more sensitive than we know. Is it that obvious? She's strong. She doesn't show her sadness in front of you. She wants you to see her joy. She doesn't want to be a burden to you. She's trying to take care of you. You became the only pillar in her life the day you saved it. But she knows you were never supposed to cross paths. She's afraid that you'll abandon her too. Don't worry. I won't leave her. Now that's the spirit. I knew you'd say that. Dear Kal'tsit, I thought I would never be more a passing visitor in this place, one history would never remember. This intentional isolation made me forget reality. I am here, on Terra, this great land. I don't know what made me feel it, but the warmth of life coming from a child's palm stings my heart and makes it burn. This is jerky and fruit, left here on purpose. They know I'm here. Always inscrutable. Dear Kal'tsit, I'm planning to take Amiya back to Babel. Savage has done her best to find medicine for Amiya, but my ability to treat Amiya's uropathy is limited under present conditions. I know that Amiya isn't special by any objective standard. I know that Babel faces a crisis no less complicated, but I've decided to bring her back. I met many people along the way. I fretted over money at times, benefited from people's generosity at others. I've seen new things, even some that surprised me for the first time in a long while. The convoy that we were traveling with broke down. We found a herder to guide us through the wilderness of Rimbilliton on the backs of Burden Beast, to the rumbling of drills and engines. Good boy, good boy. Are we really not going to Yan, Doctor? We're going somewhere else, to cure your sickness. But there's no cure for uropathy. There's no such thing as impossible puzzle, Amiya. There's a place called Babel, where people I trust are working hard to fight this disease. Let's work with them. Will I have to spend a long time there? Some time at least, but don't worry. There will be a lot of people with you, caring for you. I'll be there too. Doctor, do we really have to go? Lots of sick kids went away to get treated, but no one came back. Uropathy doesn't hurt at all. I promise I'll be good, Doctor, right? Right, Savage? Yes, Amiya has always been a good girl. Are you sure you don't want to rethink this, Doctor? Billies deal with Originium every day. We know what uropathy can do. Stay here in Rimbilliton, and at least we can give her a home. Maybe that's more important than the cold walls of a laboratory. A home. You have a point. But I can't just stand by and watch Originium hurt her. I have an obligation. Amiya, I promise you, I'll do my best to cure you, no matter what happens. Doctor? Savage does have a point though, and Babel is in a place that's not entirely safe. You can stay with Savage if you don't want to leave Rimbilliton. I'm sorry to force this decision on you at such a young age. but you're a strong girl, and we'll respect your choice. The doctor's right, Amiya. No need to knee-jerk an answer. Think carefully about it. I trust you, Doctor. I want to have a future. I want to grow up, read books with you, travel with Savage. It's just that I'm a little scared. Huh. Thank you, Amiya. The doctor pats Amiya's head, then picks her up and climbs onto the burden beast. They've hardly sat down when the ground begins to shake, stirring up clouds of dust. Oh. What's going on? Underneath our feet. Must be a deep digger. It's spooking the burning beast. Watch out. Stay, boy, stay. Whoa. Whoa. Hang in there, Doctor. Doctor! The burning beast rears up on its hind legs, gives a loud cry, then charges forward. I see. So this is what happened. The burden beast got agitated, Doctor fell off, hit his head, and now he has amnesia. The rest of the pack follows. I'm glad we at least get some art. Doctor just gets tossed back. That's great. They run towards a shallow shoal, splashing water everywhere. It is all the doctor can do to grab the fur on the back of the burden beast and hang on for dear life. Amiya's eyes are wide open in the chaos. With one hand on the burden beast, she stretches out the other toward the doctor. Grab my hand, Doctor. Accelerates. I have to get them to... Whoa! Hang on, it's speeding up. I'm trying. Hang in there, Doctor, I'm coming. He fell off. In the end, I was thrown from the back of the burden beast into the water. My hindquarters and back burned with pain, and I gagged on the water rushing into my nose. But it also made me feel like I was truly living on this land after spending almost half a year traveling across it. I heard the sound of my life surging. Summer 1091, Kazdel. No more messenger stations from here on. Villages become sparse and bandits become frequent. I'm afraid we have to part ways here, Savage. Why? The region ahead is in turmoil. You'll be in danger if the mercenaries spot you. You and Amiya will be in danger too, won't you? I'll be fine. I've come this far. I'll see your journey through to the end. Charlotte, thank you. Zacchaeus' ears quiver at the mention of her real name. She glances at the doctor. A few months is neither long nor short. True, it comprised only a tiny part of her lifetime, but it was also a span of a few hundred days filled with countless unforgettable experiences. Under the setting sun, before the sand beast, beneath the eaves upon this land, she had enjoyed the journey, even if she never fully understood her quiet companion and the many strange and curious ideas that that companion had. The countess who goes by the name of Savage sighs. What can she do? She is not as smart as the doctor. Will you come and visit, Savage? Of course. The doctor said Babel's new base is being worked on by Billy engineers, right? Maybe we'll see each other soon. Then I'll be waiting for you, Savage. Good girl, Amiya. Now, though, I need to figure out how to take you and the doctor through the wilderness. You and Amiya stay here and rest for a while, Doctor. I'll see if the transport hub ahead has any good vehicles for hire. Doctor. Whoa! Do we have time to say goodbye? The longer we stay here, the more dangerous it gets. The Countess girl seems rather determined. It's better for both of you to part ways here. I suppose you're right. We won't wait for Savage? Sometimes, Amiya, we have to do bad things for good reasons. We don't want Savage to be in danger, do we? But she doesn't want to leave you. It's rude to leave without saying goodbye. But that way, Savage won't face danger. I promise we'll get to see her again. Can I leave a note for Savage? She'll be worried if she comes back to find us gone. Good thinking. Go ahead and write one. Okay. Her Highness wants to meet with you. Alone. Are things not going well? How's Kelsit? Now's not the time. We'll leave once the girl has written her note. Alright. Can we trouble you with the note? Certainly. I'll leave it where she's sure to see it.
All operators must
Okay.
maintain strict discipline.
Oh, this one, that's right.
Here, Doctor. Incoming. Get ready, everyone.
Picked out your bait yet?
Whew. We're counting on you again today, little apple.
I know what's better than your step.
I'll be careful.
Oh. You can reach that, okay. Heals. Heals, please.
Cut them to pieces.
Roger.
If you want treatment, you gotta come closer.
Whew. We're counting on you again today, little apple. Let's put them 6 feet under. Got it. Give me a reason to let you go. Don't have one? What a pity.
Here.
We're counting on you again today, little apple.
Nothing can match the scent of despair.
Come on, get it together.
Target marked.
Come on, get it together.
Okay, and now.
Hang in there, I'm coming.
Here we go. This should be a pretty good setup.
Exusia, cover me.
Shouldn't be any problems. I hope.
You'll have to try harder than that.
Okay. Lappy's skill, but of course no one's there for the entire duration of it. She gets like 2 or 3 hits with it, I think.
Don't get yourself killed, dummy.
Are you afraid of me?
Skill.
I'm right here, Doctor.
Retreat early.
Got it.
Wait, that's it for that skill.
Can you do it?
Wait, he doesn't get blocked?
I'm listening.
Oh crap.
Don't you can't hide your fear.
Dang, okay. Guess we gotta go back to that one too. Autumn 1091. Rhodes Island of Babel Castle. How's progress, Closure? The last thing I need is another core system control failure. Well, since you had to bring it up, I might have run into a little problem. Even with the tricks you taught me, the encryption methods used by many of our PRTS's programs are almost incomprehensible to a normal brain, and my decoder isn't fully compatible yet. We may not be able to shut the system down before the doctor arrives on the ship. Try again. If you're not confident about getting it done, then we'll go to the contingency plan, cutting off power to the entire ship. Leave it to me. Seems like you're still keeping a lot of secrets, though. I've never seen anyone make you so nervous. That's not important. What's important is making sure nothing happens to the ship. Ascalon's report says the doctor looks like an ordinary person, a pretty decent one too, who picked up a stray little countess and carried her all across the land. Do we really have to be so on edge? It's not the doctor that I fear. Then what is it? You don't need to know yet. Wipe the doctor's boarding records. This is for the safety of both the doctor and Babel. The others don't need to know that the doctor exists until the doctor and Teresa have researched a conclusion. Alright, I'll work at it. But I wonder why you seem to care a lot about this doctor at the same time that you're so on guard over the whole thing. I've got it. The doctor must have dirt on you. Don't bother, you won't find it. Come on, why so serious? What about the girl? Same conclusion, no change. I cross-checked all relevant Grimbilitonian records and had scout check with informants inside the military commission. Mia's background comes through clean. Her parents were killed when the convoy transporting the laser mining module got attacked. The attack itself was purely coincidental. No one knew they were transporting Sarka's related cargo, and the military commission wasn't involved. She must have gotten infected in the mess. If not for the doctor, she'd be spending the rest of her life suffering in Rambilliton. I'll handle the girl's examination and treatment once she's on board. You're still concerned about her? Yes, I am. She's too young and she hasn't had proper treatment. Hey, get off of my desk. You know you're not a... You. Cats. They are brats. She's too young and hasn't had proper treatment since contracting erypathy. Oh, that kind of concerned. I don't want the doctor's kindness to be the reason for delaying her treatment. Soul, shush! Plus, Teresa would call her a gentle child who has the right to choose her future. Amiya. Amiya. Let me sleep. Where are we? Doctor. Doctor? The doctor's here. Wake up, sleepyhead. You're almost home. Home? In her half-awake state, Amiya feels a warm fingertip brush her cheek. That tickles. Don't do that. Whoa! Who are you? I'm Teresa. Teresa, the doctor talked about you. Oh? What did the doctor say? I don't remember. I was having a great carrot cake at the time, though. Teresa should smell nice. You're really warm and sweet. What about now? Is she as you imagined her? Yeah, smells good. Warm and sweet. Doesn't smell like carrots, though. Not fully awake, I see. Soul? I see what you're sending me. Will you come home with us, Amiya? What, Soul? You're sending me messages. Yeah. I can imagine, Soul. Will you come home with us, Amiya? Home. Yeah, okay. Outside Rhodes Island of Babel. The tiny countess sleeps soundly in Teresa's arms, leaning against... Oh! I think it's supposed to be leaning, not leading. She pats Amiya on the back and turns toward Doctor, who is clearly tired. Thank you, Teresa. I didn't expect you to come pick us up personally. Looks like you're not quite all-knowing, Doctor. You have much to learn when it comes to childcare, at least. Sure enough. You look different from when you left, Doctor. How was the journey? I saw a lot and learned a lot. There are plenty of interesting things on this great land. I also met Amiya. It was a miracle that I was able to save her. Amiya, she's even cuter than your letters said. Poor girl, but fortunate in some way. Her condition is getting worse. I needed to bring her in for treatment. How's Babel been in the time that I was away? Not quite smooth sailing. We have a lot to deal with, but not everything needs to be handled right away. You must be tired after your journey. Get some rest. Thank you, Teresa. Amiya, we're home. Doctor? Did I fall asleep? Oh, Amiya, you're awake. Why don't you come down? Teresa will get tired if she has to keep holding you. Amiya nods and jumps down from Teresa's arms. She's so precious. Will you hold my hand, Amiya? Doctor? It's alright. Teresa is my friend. You can trust her. You'll be spending a lot of time with her from now on. Okay. Is this Babel? Yes. It's so big. Even bigger than those mining plates. So this is where you used to live. I spent a long time here. A very long time. Is this your home? Yes, Amiya. This is the doctor's home. Right, Doctor? Yes. It's your home now, too. Will you let us help the doctor take care of you? Alright. I'll go wherever the doctor goes. They step onto the elevator and the Babel logo appears before their eyes. Huh. Definitely a different logo. Now, I can't wait to find out how how it becomes Rhodes Island instead of Babel. The heavy door opens to welcome them in. Sensing Amiya's unease, Teresa puts her hand on her shoulder. What's behind the door? People waiting to welcome you and the doctor. Are you sure about taking me and the girl in, Teresa? Why shouldn't I be? I'm glad to have more people calling Babel their home. Many here don't know you though, so I'm sure you'll be busy for the next few days. How should I present myself? Good question. You should talk to Kaltz at first. She's been waiting for you. Tell her your concerns, your questions, and the secrets in your heart. She would be very sad if you didn't. You could. If you really wanted the King of Sarkis to reveal the thoughts that you're loath to tell, I will. But I can feel you're still wavering. Let's go, Amiya. Doctor, we'll go to her. Amiya. You're Amiya, aren't you? Yes. Kaltz crouches down and gives the girl a candy. Thank you for protecting the doctor throughout your journey, Amiya. Thank you, Dr. Kaltz. Will you fetch Teresa? We need to do some checks on you. Will they hurt? A little, but the doctor's letter called you a brave girl. Will the doctor be with me? Of course. The doctor has some things to do first, though. It's alright, Amiya. Just wait for me here in the ward, and I'll be back very soon. Okay. You'll need to do a full checkup later too, Doctor. Alright. Doctor. Yes? Do you plan on leaving again? No. I think I've traveled enough. If you've made up your mind, I'll respect your decision. If nothing else, you're concerned about Amiya's health, even though she was a complete stranger to you. There's no fundamental difference between these new lives and us. I'm glad. Glad that you chose hope in the end. Welcome back, Dr. Aspie. How is Amiya? Blood originium levels are high. Currently available inhibitors are not sufficient to stabilize her condition. We need to develop new drugs. I need time and resources. Babbles are yours to use, Doctor. We're happy to share our research on neuropathy with you. What can I help you and Kaltz with in exchange? This is not a transaction. It's one of the core missions of Babel, to do everything in our power to help everyone suffering from neuropathy. Since the day that Kaltz woke you up, I was convinced that you would help with all of this, just as you helped Amiya. Thank you. Now, perhaps I have a chance to ask you this question, Doctor. How do you view this land, Terra? I don't think it's my place to judge. There's no such thing as superior or inferior civilizations. It took a long and hard journey for Terra to evolve to where it is today. And add to that the sick joke that Originium has played on life. You said that Originium did not develop the way you expected. It wasn't supposed to bring such suffering. I sense that you're keeping secrets, but there's nothing false about the sorrow coming from deep within your heart. The sorrow that I can't understand. I want to fix this mistake, but I'm powerless to do so. At the end of the day, civilizations largely progress in similar ways. It all comes to an inevitable endpoint, however bright its light shines at its peak. But Kaltz said you didn't give up hope, even in your final days. I had many friends, even in those last days, who faced difficulties far greater than you can imagine, with courage and hope that is every bit your equal. But they failed and faded away without exception. We haven't known each other that long, Teresa. I want to know, why do you do all this? What is the end that Babel seeks in compromising with a military commission? There's something I want to show you, Doctor. We had to ask you about Originium sooner or later. That's why Kaltz woke you up. Please come and see the results of my brief time at work. We're almost there. This place is barren, even by the standards of a catastrophe-heavy region. The closure has spent time and effort to maintain this dangerous little trail. A forked trail in the midst of Originium formations. You're not keeping any fewer secrets than I am, Teresa. A king of Sarkis has to have a few secrets, right? Don't tell anyone what you see here. That's such a pretty picture. I love it. I love all the art in this event. It's so good. A long trek through the Originium-filled wastelands lead to a small garden. In the heart of a catastrophe amidst the ruins on a nameless plain that neither night nor the stars can find. Tiny white specks mark this little sanctuary, isolated from the rest of the world, and the wild lands around it. Even the winds seem softer here. It is a forgotten greenhouse that harkens back to a time in the distant past when the land was still pure and untainted. Like when man stole fire from up above and lit a corner of the night sky. Teresa picks up a white flower. This place represents the cutting edge of Babbles in my research into Originium. Flowers? No, Originium. I'm sure you understand it's not Originium arts that made these flowers bloom. The information inherent in Originium, the reversal of the assimilated universe. You've already come this far? When did... No race understands Originium better than the Sark has. Still, what we know is merely the tip of the iceberg compared to the entirety of Originium. Even with Calcid helping us understand the nature of Originium, the further we have gone is transforming a palm-sized piece of active Originium into this. Garden. Hope. This little flower is my small contribution. I need your help, Doctor. I want to see the day when flowers cover the cliffs and valleys of Kazdel and all the lands beyond. It's a future worth taking risks for. You've seen how Kazdel has been mired in war for its entire history, Doctor. Right now, at least, I want to use the power of Originium to create a home for Kazdel where people can live in peace, safe from war and invasion. In the more distant future, if we're able to fully harness it, we'll be able to change the entire face of Terra. If catastrophes don't bring rain of Originium, but soft, fluffy clouds, if the infected no longer suffer the pain of rocks growing out of them, I don't suppose there's anyone who would have such an absurd dream. You're different from Mother Sarkaz, Teresa. Flowers that cover the entire land. What a picture of life that would be. Doctor? Why? Why this flower? Oh, there's no particular reason. I just happened to come across it outside the valley when I was looking for a good place for my experiments. A pure coincidence. Kelsey said it had a name, Snow in Summer. But it's adapted to changes over the years. Perhaps we could give it a new name. What do you think, Doctor? A new path is opening up. What the heck? A path to self-destruction. What? Can you hear me, Teresa? I'm listening. I was giving the doctor a tour of our urgent news from Kazdel. It concerns Victoria.
A number of errors have been detected.
Oh boy.
Please confirm.
Yes, Telopsis, there were some errors. I'm going back to fix it right now. Now we clear for
All
real.
operators must maintain strict discipline. We're fighting you guys. Then please do your bestest job, or I'll be really bored.
Whew! Gather around me, guys!
Nothing can last a second of despair.
All the best.
Ready to heal. Awaiting order. Cut them to pieces. Don't get yourself killed, dummy.
We'll go with Amiya here instead.
I have to get serious now. Please give your piece maybe a little hot.
Better watch your step.
Solid positioning.
Let's put them 6 feet under.
Got it. Cut them to pieces.
Whew! I have to get serious now. Arch unit charging.
Awaiting orders.
I know what to do. Don't order me around.
There we go.
Got it.
And this should be fine.
You didn't think. So this is what happens when you cross the line.
Don't get yourself killed, dummy.
Professor? Please give your orders, Professor. Watch out for fires.
There we go.
Don't get yourself killed, dummy.
Okay.
You'll have to try harder than that.
Then there's 2 more of the robots.
Incoming. Get ready, everyone.
One's gonna circle. Aya should be able to handle that one. And Mia will be able to handle that one.
I'm right here, Doctor.
As soon as steps in range, boom. Amiya's skill. Oh yeah, Amiya's shredding it. And Aya can shred this one. And it's almost there. Done. Amiya finished it. I think that was Amiya, or maybe that was... Or was that Lynn? I don't know. Someone finished it. Alright. Finally on to BB5. I guess same squad and see what happens. Some water real quick. There is a lot of talking in this one. Your Highness Teresis, Regent of Kazdel, Commanding General of the Military Commission. Wandering scholars have brought back tales of a new nomadic city on the rise in the distant desert. The fires of the ancient furnace continue to burn, and the once scattered mercenaries have flocked to one banner, to the city walls that grow taller by the day. Your strength and reputation have caught the attention of the Duke of Cavendish. You have challenged the way we view the Sarkaz tribes. Perhaps now is the time to set prejudices aside and engage in sincere sharing and cooperation that would be beneficial to us both. I, the Duke of Cavendish, hereby invite you to visit my Demesne, where we may sit. Is that? Oh. Oh, so it's domain, apparently. Oh, it is domain. So just another language form of domain. So it is like the land, or in this case, more specifically refers to his mansion. Invite you to visit my domain where we may sit and parley. Our venerable empire has use for you and your brave warriors. Winter 1091. One more time. I have to do this. No point talking about curing Erypathy if I can't do something so simple. Ugh. Still no good. Excuse me. Why don't you put that medkit down? Leave this stuff to us. Alright. Some time in the gym would do you good once you've recovered. At present, there's no way for you to match the physical prowess of a Terran through training. Your talents are better employed outside of manual labor. I know, it's just that, you know, I have my pride too. You've looked on edge since that day. I'm thinking about Teresa. Traveling alone to a city under enemy control isn't the most logical course of action for a leader. The warriors with her may be outstanding, but they're not enough to protect her in the face of an entire army. The King of Sarkaz enjoys unimaginable status in Sarkaz tradition, and Teresa's own achievements are all well recognized. The military commission would not act rashly. But Victoria's invitation to Kazdel cannot be taken as a sign of goodwill. It means that Terra's powers have once again set their sights on Kazdel. Teresa needs to go to Kazdel and make it clear that she will not permit Kazdel to become embroiled in another war. Even if I know how the military commission in Babel came into being, in my understanding, the Sarkaz can hardly afford an internal conflict that could drain them of what little resources they have left. They have enough to deal with as it is. They have a complicated history, and that brings different attitudes towards outsiders. The Sarkaz people have a right to choose the path they believe is correct. Teresa's or Teresa's. Looks like we've got a lot to deal with besides Erypathy. There's a big difference between knowing and understanding, I guess. Looks like there's much I still need to learn about the history of Terra. This time, you'll be the one to guide me, Kal'tsit. Of course. All we can do right now is make sure the Erypathy patients at Rhodes Island have access to proper treatment. What's going on? An attack? Now?
Word is Her Highness is set out. Listen up. We exalt only Her Highness. Her Highness. Destroy Babel and she will return to the embrace of Kazdel. If we're branded traitors, so be it, but the Regent must not be hindered at this crucial juncture. Kazdel will take back all that we have lost. May the Sarkaz be united as Her Highness wills. Oh no. Scar Market, Kazdel. Her Highness is coming. Her Highness? The one who's still on the run? His or her, it's not your place to talk crap. Ah, say, did you take that job? Wouldn't pass up an opportunity like this if it's the last thing I did. Londonium, that den of scum. They say the columns of the feline palace are covered in gold, and the nobles walk on floors paved with glowing stones. Capital of a great empire, a commission from a Grand Duke. There's gonna be so much money. It's been a while, Ascalon. It's been so long since you last visited. Why not sit down and catch up for a bit? You're sending mercenaries to Londinium. Now, I must object to that accusation. People just follow the money, and it leads to what the region has provided in Londinium. You're dragging Kazdel into another war. Have you been fooling around with those dreamers at Babel for so long that you've forgotten what it means to be a Sarkaz? Since when have the Sarkaz been apart from war? The giant's hand lunges forward. Ascalon is surprised to find she cannot avoid his fist. Yeah. Seeing the future is hard. Seeing through what you will do next, less so. Did you think you were the child of destiny, so special that you could bridge the rift between the siblings? Think back to the day when you saw them for the first time. When you skinned that young mangler and followed the trail of blood through the wilderness until you walked into a storm and met the King of Sarkaz. How did you? How did I know? Are you surprised, Ascalon? I saw the prophecy and led the tribe on the wastes into the storm that day with game. You happened to be the one who lived. No one truly understands prophecy. No one can interfere with the future. But I wanted to catch the tail of fate. I wanted to make prophecy. Teresis didn't kill you. Instead, he kept you and raised you. Maybe he wanted to tempt fate. But you never changed in all these years. You're still that poor lost child on the wastes. Have patience, Ascalon. You're not a threat to me yet, and I have higher hopes for you than this. Master said, your blade points at all the enemies of the Sarkaz. Teresis raised you to be a deathmonger, yet you understand less about him than a warmonger like me. Did you think Teresis would be content to be some puppet for those dukes? Spare your breath if you don't know the full extent of his plans. I'm curious, how would you stand before Teresis if he was sitting in the room behind me right now? You're simply repeating the words of others on behalf of the one behind you. You seem to have put a lot of thought into this war. How many hostiles? The exact number is unclear. We've detected hostiles both in front of and behind us. A lot of them. Whether it was Teresis' intention or not, the other generals of the military commission seem intent to crush Babel while Teresa is absent. That way, the Sarkaz won't have a choice. How many combat personnel do we have? The best soldiers went into negotiations with Her Highness. A good part of the remaining ones have been assigned to the supply convoys. We only have less than 1/3 of our normal force. At the very least, we need to break through the roadblock ahead. Kal'tsit, I'll take command. Doctor? If, as you said, this attack was launched by only a few members of the military commission, then they're undoubtedly planning to get this done in one go. We can't let them set the pace. Find out where their lines are thin, disrupt their rhythm, and we'll be safe. Have you fought a war before, Dr. Aspie? Not the flesh and blood kind, but I've been trained. I'm able to reconstruct a battlefield as a compatible data model. Take the front line, Kal'tsit. I know you'll be able to protect us. Of course. Man, his first time in command. Let's go. Welcome to the Scar Market, Your Highness. Things must be busy here lately. No need going against the will of the many, am I right, Your Highness? The voices of the few are worth respecting too. Many know nothing of what's happening in the lands beyond. Their lives will be turned upside down. They'll be without a home once again. I'm just a humble merchant. My business only stretches so far. Mercenaries seek to sell their lives, I seek to make money. That's why I always respect the positions of my big clients. Then I'll talk to your biggest client, the one in the room behind you. Your Highness should go no further. Since when have you started meddling in the affairs of Kazdel Scar-Eye? All the more reason I can't let you go further. Well, please don't make things difficult for Scar-Eye, Your Highness. You understand that there's only one way this can go if you and the region come face to face here. Confessarius. I beg Your Highness's pardon. Looks like you've made a decision. Is this Teresa's position? It is. He's decided to abandon our city. Not abandon. Take a step forward, to go on a long expedition away from home. That's all. You have made us stagnant. We want to progress. The Confessarius is right. I still remember when you and General Teresis came here for the first time. Even fate itself stepped aside for the two of you when you stood together. Confessarius, maybe? So it is like confess? Confessarius? Confessarius? I don't know. But look at the people here now, when Kazdel is divided. You can still command any Sarkaz to your will as their king. You could kill all of us who stand here right now. But why not ask them if they're still willing to follow your dream? The bustling Scar market has lost its usual commotion. Scattered mercenaries stow their weapons and stand with their heads bowed in reverence. In their eyes is silence, but the king of Sarkaz hears the voices of their hearts clearly. Uncertainty, excitement, desire, anger. Most of you have made up your minds. Then there's no point for me to try to stop you. One of the Sarkaz suddenly kneels. He has not changed his mind. He has not turned away from the temptation of Teresa's plans. He simply feels a sense of guilt toward Teresa, one of the 6 heroes, their king who rebuilt Kazdel. Kneel if you feel you should. Neither General Teresis nor Lord Scar-Eye will fault you. This ancient gesture signifies more than just fealty. I'm more familiar with its other meaning. Penitence. I'm trying to say that. Have you found the meaning of your name? Not yet, Your Highness. Then forgive their sins as you must forgive yours. Teresis and I will carry all your sins. As you bid. I bow to you, King of Sarkaz. In millennia of Sarkaz history, it has always been an honor for warriors to go to war with their kings. They have tasted struggle and glory, picked themselves up from the bloodied soil. For the kings of Sarkaz always stood in front of them, never abandoning their people. Where the king's point, that is where home is, where cities will emerge from the earth. Now, though, they have abandoned their king. I promised a home of peace and safety where Sarkaz will forever be free from war. Before I set foot here, I had a sliver of hope that perhaps someone would follow me. But I saw fire in your eyes. I saw the city that none of you had seen with your own eyes burn. The ancient city comes in many shapes and forms in your eyes. A city of desire, a city of hatred, a city of wealth, a city of glory. You all believe you will plunder what you have longed for in that unfamiliar land. That's why I changed my mind. I decided to see Kazdel's bravest warriors off. Kazdel will embark on a path of conquest for the first time in many years. I honor you, even though I never wanted you to take this step. You answered Teresa's call and dove into yet another campaign of hatred. Death awaits you far away from home, yet you still choose to leave our home and go to Londinium. The sorrowful king of Sarkaz walks among her people who bow their heads to avoid her gaze. Yet their determination does not waver, even if it means defying the king. We're going, we're going. Voices rise and fall as though the warriors are singing an elegy for themselves as they go to death. We exalt your highness, but we cannot follow you anymore. The region promises that Londinium will be a new start. There lies the Sarkaz future. There lies our future. Take care of yourselves, my warriors, even if you will never return to Kazdel. The white figure passes through the parted crowd. The king's people are unmoved by her words. They no longer follow the king they once exalted. The other possibility for her people, the home full of flowers that she strived to build, did not come in time for the Sarkaz. Man, it's so sad. General, You knew this day would come. What do you think? Hesitate, and all we've worked for will be for naught. Her Highness did not hesitate, neither should we. Make your preparations then, Manfred. Do not forget the feelings that burn within you, here and now, no matter what they are. Secret entrance of Scar Market. No need to be down, Ascalon. More will join us when Babel grows strong enough to provide shelter for more people. We're being followed. Your Highness. Wait, Ascalon, she's not hostile. Whoa, that was a hard hit. Is that a sleeve blade? Anyway, Your Highness, I would like to leave with you if that's okay with you. Thank you. What's your name? Julie. Oh, this is from the first mission. Or like the first bit. I can't remember what she did though. A nice name. One that's not often used by mercenaries. Did you make it up yourself? No, I don't have a name. Someone else gave it to me. She said having a name gives one a sense of belonging. She's right. Why not follow the rest of them to Londinium? I've had enough of fighting. She says Your Highness will bring about a life where we don't have to fight anymore. That's why I came to check it out for her. I wanted to challenge you before deciding whether to go with you, but I didn't even have the guts to raise my sword when you stood before me. You're a strong warrior, that's for sure. I wouldn't say that about myself when I'm standing in front of you. That may be who she is then, Soul. Because she showed up in the first story bit. I can't remember what she was. Like, she was basically just a side character in that, so she may end up becoming DJ and Breacher's teacher further on. At least I can be sure that she wasn't playing me for a fool when she said you were once a great hero of Kazdel. A reason so simple it's hard to believe. The red-haired mercenary scratches her head. Well, I guess I like the way you talked just now. Not sure I understood most of it, though. Where's your friend? She can come too. She's already here. Her sword and her clothes. Maybe a little loose-fitting, though. She was a strong warrior. Felt a little like this one over here. I'm a little something of a tailor. I could hem it for you. There's no need. I'm used to it. Let's go then, Julie. Yeah, so... One moment, please, Your Highness. There are other mercenaries here who want to go with you. Teresa looks toward the dark exit of the Scar Market and sees a swaying speck of flame. One speck becomes two, two become three, and many more emerge from the darkness. The first torch-carrying mercenary steps into the sunlight and sees the white figure standing on top of the hill. He points forward and walks toward Teresa without looking back. More and more follow him, the line seemingly without end. Just because we're used to battle doesn't mean we're willing to bury ourselves in a campaign with no end in sight. If there's another way to live, many of us are willing to take it. I heard some people are secretly recruiting the willing in Kazdel. There may be some there ready to join us, although the journey through the wilderness will be a tough one. I'll make arrangements. Let's go, Julie. We have a lot to do. There are plenty of people for us to house, after all. You're back. They've retreated. Outstanding work, Doctor. Who? A group of medics hurry through the corridor, carrying several stretchers. Calcet turns to block them from the doctor's sight. The enemy was essentially making suicide attacks. It was inevitable that there would be casualties as we broke through. We lost fewer than we had any right to expect. How many did we lose? There was nothing wrong with how you commanded the operation. You don't need to be involved in the cleanup. Dr. Calcet, we're running real low on plasma. I'll deal with coordination and surgery. Cal. The medics have already gone. The doctor isn't sure whether the terrifying scene just now was a figment of the imagination, but the smell of blood simply would not go away. That's definitely not how it's supposed to be worded. A sense of dizziness. I'm able to reconstruct a battlefield as a computable data model. But it's not numbers that fight a war. Living, breathing people are fighting for their survival. How long has it been since I... Doctor. First time seeing the blood and gore? You could say that. We didn't have so many lives to waste in the wars I fought in the past. Treat yourself to a sweet drink. It'll make you feel better. I speak from experience. It's all thanks to your command that we were able to triumph against overwhelming odds. Are your battles always like this? No, this was one of the easy ones. I'll gladly entrust my life to you if it means our future battles will be so easy. Is war really the only way? You're not the first to ask that question. But this attack is only a sign of things to come. No one knows what the future holds. I have great expectations of you, our tactical genius. The history books would record that the two Sarkas rulers declared war on each other in the winter of 1091, causing open hostilities to break out between the military commission and Babel. For the Sarkas themselves, however, the civil war had begun in 1086 when isolated conflicts started to escalate rapidly. The 2 centuries of peace that Kazdel had enjoyed have come to an end. BB5.
Let's go! Good scenery here, Doctor.
I'm listening.
Gather around me, guys.
Better watch your step.
Who needs healing? Come over!
All the best.
Shut up. Don't get yourself killed, dummy!
Got it.
Don't keep me better watch your step.
Hey, Steph. Bring it.
Oh crap.
You again today, little apple.
Dang it. Okay, I'm starting this one over.
Darn it. I'm not giving up yet.
So... let's take out Myrtle. And get someone... and we'll grab Lynn again. Or wait, no, we already have Lynn. So let's go with... Gitano? No. Use.
At your command.
Let me see, yeah, I'll just do skill 1 on Fuse. Yeah, the BGM does sound really nice.
All operators must maintain strict discipline.
I'm listening.
Draw swords.
Don't keep a sacred corpse into shadow. No one will find it.
Got it.
Okay, here.
All the best. Roger.
Don't try to hide your fear.
Professor, this may be a little...
And then a skill will clear there.
Ready to heal. Got it. Cut them to pieces. Got it. Vermin. Don't get yourself killed, dummy.
Don't keep me waiting.
Remain silent.
Here. I hear someone.
Oh crap.
If you want treatment, you gotta come closer.
Picked out your bait yet?
Don't get yourself killed, dummy.
Okay, it's not there yet.
Put them 6 put a sacred corpse into shadow. No one will find it.
Give me a reason to let you go. Come on, show me what you've got. Please get past that.
and Volcano. Alright, nice. Now they're all that's left. Retreat here. And only one of them is left, so let's throw in Fuse.
I know what to do. Don't let nothing unmask this.
Okay, you don't have the range on that. Now I can toss Texas in there just for the extra DPS. It'll maybe kill. Retreat. Throw an Namiya. Oh, already did. Cool. Yay, we 3-starred it. All right. I think this will be the end once I finish reading this. Winter 1092. Border Battlefield Kazdel. Those rampaging cyber Sistibeasts? Are they migrating? The Vanguard never stood a chance. All those who didn't get out of the way in time were. And those soldiers moving in perfect coordination without exchanging a word. None of that was in the intel. That's not what we need to worry about. Who is this? I'm the ranking officer now. All survivors form up and retreat immediately. These supplies are crucial. It'll be a hard winter without them. Yes, ma'am. But how did things go so wrong even though we made our move early? Did our informant? The intel was good. We were delayed by the mercenaries transporting the supplies. They upped the price on the spot. I've dealt with them. This is why I hate mercenaries. Another coincidence. It's not a coincidence if it keeps happening over and over again. We've had way too many setbacks lately. Focus. Babel forces must be... Wait, oh! A flash of white and a hole appears in the soldier's forehead. They cannot even tell where the attack is coming from, and the noise of the Sistibeast stampede. Leave the supplies behind and you may leave unmolested. You have been warned. Without warning, Ursula hears a cold, coarse voice in her head. He's dead. We need to withdraw. Did you hear that voice? Just a bluff. Keep your head low and stay with me. Don't get separated. Stick together if you want to live. We need to get these supplies back. As for the Vanguard, we're in no position to think about them. They're retreating. I suppose nabbing the supplies isn't so easy after all. Be patient, follow the doctor's instructions. The chairman has said that the priority is to minimize casualties. I know, Mantra. Oh. Mantra's lips are closed, but Scout can hear her voice clearly in his head. Can we get her? She looks cool. I really like her design. Can we get her as an op? She's the perfect coordinator for Babel's covert operations, and a shadow that eats away at the enemy's sanity. The enemy vanguard has been scattered by the herd. The survivors have fled into the woods. The enemy's actions were spontaneous, unplanned. They must have known that we decrypted their communications, but the envelopment succeeded nonetheless. We can leave the rest to Ascalon. Ascalon will not fail. Neither will we. Ha, you're absolutely right. You should get some rest, Mantra. Talking takes a toll on you. No need to worry about the follow-up. We have the doctor. Who directed this operation? The evil spirit again? Just what is this, Commander? Which royal court does it come from? If it can do this to us, it can do it to you too. Why would you sell your soul to something like that? I'm getting out of here alive. The mercenary hears breathing in the darkness not far away and swings his sword without hesitation. Got you. Ugh. You're wounded too. You think you could kill me and walk away alive? Get out of my way or I'll kill you if it's the last thing I do. You're not taking Marcel's things. He's going home. Home. Our home is Kazdel. You traitors in Kazdel. The mercenary keeps swinging his sword at Oda, who only passively blocks with his hammer. The mercenary's movements slow down and his breathing grows weak. Babel, morons. Wasn't it the military commission who betrayed Kazdel? Relax, he's dead. Be more decisive next time, Oda, and there will be fewer injuries. The entire squad is dead.
They should have died an honorable death, not tormented by fear. This is not the right time to show mercy. Bring Marcel, our mission is finished. You remember his name? I remember everyone in Babel, the living and the dead, the ones who had names and the ones who didn't. I could have saved him. It's just hard to raise your weapon against your own kin. Even if it's to avenge Marcel. Your father died in the chaos of the city. Have you ever thought about seeking vengeance for him? Oda takes a deep breath. Wait, she's the one who killed him. I hate the people who killed him, but vengeance doesn't change anything. A classical idea. Rational, righteous, human. What if your vendetta is with a cold-blooded deathmonger with hands soaked in blood? Would you say you kill for justice and your ideals without a hint of hatred? I'm not sure. Do you regret killing mercenaries who threatened Babel, Ascalon? No. Then I won't either. Even if it means I have to. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm saying silly things again. Don't mind me. I'm not important at all. No. All Babelites are important to Her Highness. Time to go back. The island of Babel. Castell. What are you here for? I've already said it many times. It was my own decision to betray Her Highness. It had nothing to do with the military commission, and I'm not an informer. You want to execute me? Make it quick. Ace! Soul, look, it's Ace. He's here. He's here, Soul. I'm not here to torture you. I brought some wine. I don't need it. Are you sure? This is Victorian fruit wine, not some lousy swill. What are you here for? To catch up about old times. We have nothing to talk about. I know Scout's hiding something from me. Ascalon would too, because she knows we know each other. But I can make a pretty good guess why you wanted to kill the doctor. Be my guest. You're not a sore loser. You're unhappy because the doctor is an outsider. Everyone wants Babel and the military commission to get along. You believe the Dr. Calcit and the doctor have widened the rift rather than mended it. Good guess. Now get out. I'm an outsider too, and I'm still fighting for the Sarkaz to this day. You... The wine. You're drinking out of your hat. Do you see a wine glass in this cell? You should have brought one. Ah. What happened to the rest of your team? Let's see. The one with the spear, the caster, the one with the shield who's sitting here right now, a medic, and a sniper. Skull Spear, White Smoke, Grey Sun, Strauss, Walnut, Kung, Herb. So the sniper's name was Herb. He's dead. Let bygones be bygones. All good fighters. If I ever get to mentor the young, I'll raise them to be that kind of fighter. Selfless, honest, cautious about picking a side, but committed once they've made their choice. Ah, how sentimental. Do the Sarkaz hate outsiders in Babel that much? Fools like you who would give your lives for Her Highness wouldn't understand. Babel might be changing certain things, but it's meaningless. It's not fast enough and its reach is not far enough. Her Highness did not have to have her hands tied. She didn't need to waste her time. The doctor helped Chairman Teresa a lot. In what capacity? A researcher? A military commander? Both. Even though the doctor killed so many Sarkaz, the more people like that, the longer the war will drag on. Her Highness's achievements are grand. She solved problems all her life, taking care of the needs of generations, and now she leads the fight against Erythiphe. What's happening now? We're fighting the military commission, fighting our own. That's not part of her vision. Oh, I almost forgot, you're a mercenary, but you're not a Sarkaz mercenary. True enough. I only came to Babel because I was with the others. I got involved with this because most of my people were Sarkaz. Oh, White Smoke is dead too. Why bring her up now? I thought maybe there was something going on between you two. Doesn't matter, she's dead. She died in the presence of Chairman Teresa. Dang, now I'm starting to envy you. What happened? Ambush. Only the two of us survived, but she lost her legs to an arch trap. I had to drag her through the mud. That's when we ran into Chairman Teresa. Well, we ran into the doctor first. Evil spirits show up on the battlefield personally. Believe it or not, I thought I was looking at a Lateran priest when I first saw the doctor in the distance. Huh? The doctor was praying with that black hood bowed low, next to the glowing chairman. Wasn't even kneeling or doing any sort of ritual, just gazing silently into the distance with Chairman Teresa. That evil spirit you're talking about, Dr. Aspie, is not some heartless monster. The doctor is torn, wandering in solitude, and still in the end chose to bring victory to Babel. So you came to preach? You trying to guilt trip me? Get out and take your bloody wine. Did you think I would? No, you're not that naive. Has the decision been made? Yes. Death sentence? The doctor and Chairman Teresa had reservations, but Dr. Kalson and most of the fighters who participate in the operation won't have it any other way. What about you? Your betrayal cost us dozens of lives, brother. This time, I'm with Dr. Kalson. More wine. You just spilled the last of it. Are you gonna be doing it? Yes. No need to burden Scout. He's tough on the outside but tender inside. And I don't want to hand you over to anyone else. I came to tell you, brother, that even though you did something stupid, Babel will remember your name. We'll keep fighting, keeping your warning and reproach in our hearts. Train some promising young ones while you still can. Decent ones like you don't live long. Guess so. Man, bringing up that death flag after it's already happened too. See you again when the Sarkas can finally live in peace. The traitors and spies have been executed. Royal court spies. They really have a lot of problems in their tribe. Good work. What about the unit that entered the war zone? Scouts report that they blocked key passages leading out of the mountains after attacking Babel positions. The general did not order this. Was it someone from a royal court or a Syracusan plot? Unlikely. Reports indicate no particular bloodline characteristic to the witchcraft and little effort was made to cipher communications. It's a wrap. May I speak frankly, sir? The unit may be rogue, but they just happen to cram Babel in with the catastrophe. Isn't that a good thing for us? What about the other commanders and mercenary captains? Watching the show, of course, waiting to see if the enemy chooses to surrender or die at the hands of the catastrophe and the ruffians. I wouldn't overthink it if I were you, sir. You've shown as much mercy as you possibly could by ordering that we pull out of the valley and leave an opening for them. Who knows, maybe some of my family are in that catastrophe. I've gotten over it. You don't care? I try not to. Rhodes Island. Sorry I'm late. So? No need to start from the beginning. Ace was called on short notice. Just follow Mantra's instructions. Go ahead, we don't have much time. Emergency? I'll keep going then. We have 2,500 souls in the catastrophe radius, mostly medics, infected civilians, prisoners, and injured mercenaries. The scale of the catastrophe is larger than the catastrophe messengers predicted. It's currently expected to affect 5 outposts, 3 key passages, and a field hospital repurposed from an abandoned town. They had almost made it out of the catastrophe radius when their path was cut off by mercenaries. Trapping medics, wounded, and civilians to die in a catastrophe? Is Manfred willing to go to such lengths these days? It's not his style. The 3 military commission units have retreated from the forest, even leaving a humanitarian corridor open in one of the canyons. The military commission has casters on the cliffs ready to annihilate any armed unit that attempts to pass through. But they're not trying to hide what they're doing, and they're not doing anything we didn't expect. These mercenaries are different. They came out of nowhere, attacked our positions, destroyed important roads and bridges, and polluted several water sources in the mountains with Iridium explosives. There seems to be no reason with their actions. Who's their employer? We're still looking into it, but based on what little intelligence we have, it's very likely they're rogue. Revenge, a last gasp struggle after being abandoned by Teresis, instigation by another country, anything's possible. Doesn't matter. I'll find out who their leader is and kill them. Oh. Was it Scar-Eye? Without leader, a band of aimless mercenaries is just useless rabble. You go save those people, we'll regroup back at base. I'll leave them to you then. One last message. Her Highness says this operation is not part of the campaign. we should be relieved. In a war that has become increasingly gridlocked, the opposing sides have a chance to work together for a common goal: saving lives from catastrophe.
Asset secured.
And that's it for today. Okay, let's go back and collect all the sweet rewards. Good
Maybe
luck,
you don't remember
man.
Me, Doctor. I used to work for you a long time ago. Oda. That's my name.
Okay, so it is Oda. I know, Soul. Depending on how much time I have, I may do like one mission a day or something. Because we're at 6, so 6, 7, 8, 9. That's 4 missions. So if I did it Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. What day does the next stage open? 17th? That's in 4 days. So yeah. I could maybe do one mission every day if I have time. If not, by Friday I should be able to finish, even if I miss a few. But right now, first up, grab all of these. Oh, it's the news girl outfit. I will get that later. Right now I need to collect resources. Then we go back here. Oh, we can do some of these. I know it is, Soul, but it's only one section of story. So if I do like one mission a day, then I can finish off the story stuff by Friday, and then also get started on one of the other, like the next mission set.
Here to join you simply because I'm bored and want something to do. But I heard my swarm.
Then some base stuff.
It's hard to get used to such a small room. Please send me somewhere.
Okay,
that's so
Lappy and Texas. Where's Texas? Well, I guess I already got Texas. Okay. That's fine.
Did I see a red shadow flash by? At your service.
My horns might pose a threat to furniture. I
Oh, yep. There's
shall
Tex.
be vigilant.
How I miss the time I spent on this landship. If only I could have stayed longer.
There we go. Collect. That's as much training as Lynn needs. You got your training done. Silver Ash, what do you need for yours? Yeah, let's go for it then.
Oh, this place isn't bad.
Wait, no, operators. Yeah. So we have 3 attackers in the base right now, I guess.
Welcome home, Doctor.
Oda. What does he do? He's an what is an earth shaker? Deals 50% attack as AoE physical damage to enemies around the target. So he does like regular damage to one target and then AoE to every other target that's in like Is it like the 4 space range around him or something? Okay. That's pretty cool. Nice skill. Okay. Wait. I have these that have to get used up. So we're gonna send it. Wait, just... What do you mean just the target?
Let's go. Tactical support system. Online.
I'll figure it out at some point.
We're counting on you again.
But you know what? I got a raid target for us.
Ready to heal. Shut up.
Oh, it's the space around the target. Nice. I see, I see. Alrighty. Thank you very much to everyone who is here watching and lurking. I'll see all of you guys tomorrow for the next stream. Should be back to the regularly scheduled time. So tomorrow around 9 p.m. my time, Overwatch 2. But yeah. Had a good time. And we'll see how much time I have. There may or may not be a single mission clear of Arknights tomorrow after the gaming. I don't know. Maybe it'll just be on like Tuesday and Thursday I'll do some mission stuff, and then Friday finish it all off. I don't know. But yeah. Today we did make some pretty decent progress. We finished 3 through 5, so got 3 missions done. Alright, the raid is here. I'll see you guys all tomorrow. Bye-bye, bye-bye, bye-bye. Goodbye, everyone. Bye-bye.